Hey guys, what's going on? This is Fox. Today, we're going to be looking at the state of Microsoft Flight Sim 2024. It is just after the new year, so they've had some time to implement some patches. I'm not a big fan of this game. I think there's a lot of issues. Like, I'll go into career mode here, and another big issue that I'll show. We come over here to missions. Like, I don't get how a lot of this stuff is making it through testing. Search and rescue missions. I haven't done too many of those yet, so I'm not going to comment on those. But I've done plenty of, see, yep, here's one. We're going to do a medium freight mission. And, show you, like, what's going on. Stuff I wish the game would tell you. Kind of just, like, plop you in to an IFR flight without giving you really anything to go by. You have your tab here. You have all the information, so you can just send that to avionics. But that's not one of the main problems I'd like to talk about. So now that we're loading in, like, a lot of the AI stuff is too generic. I come from playing Star Citizen, where I was hoping that they would adapt more of that style of being able to walk up to the aircraft, being an actual part. It's just that look of, here's a cutscene of your character. Click on a couple of things, and then click on that, and you magically appear into the aircraft. Star Citizen's cool because there's actual animations of you getting in and out of the aircraft, and you're still a first person.
So today we're flying to Kashyyyk Dusal with General Freight. Everything's secure at the back. Nothing's moving. It's going to be smooth and easy.
The AI stuff is just absolutely brutal. Stuff that no one wants. We'll get some things going up here. We're in the Pilatus 12 doing that long haul mission. We'll get some lights on. Start it up here. Get the starter going. Some more problems I've been having too is it's not showing it here, but the performance has been absolutely terrible.
Are you ready? Great. It's Jonas, your dispatcher.
Well, that's more AI stuff that just sounds absolutely terrible. Like, I'd rather just not have that at all, to be honest with you, than just that cheesy AI voice. Alright, so let's hit enter here to request taxi. Bug number 1. Cool. We're not getting taxi here. Tap and enter. We are started up. Yeah, that's annoying. Come on, enter. Come back out here. See if that does anything. Nope. And I don't know why it's always in French for me. That doesn't make sense. My keyboard is set up for American. Another thing is, why are the flaps always down on every aircraft you come into, especially with the Thrustmaster Airbus set. So here it doesn't even have your destination encoded into the... So, well, you do have to do a little bit of programming, and to be honest, for the average person that just wants to hop in a flight, that's too much. Let's see what airport we're going to. X-ray, hit enter, and now you got that information, which is nice. Of course, you ain't gonna pick where you're landing, which is nice. Still not getting the enter here. So we'll just do a quick restart here. Okay, let's try this again. So we're gonna hit enter. Now it's working.
Queen Tower, Pilatus Lima Victor. Quebec Mike Uniform IFR to Sierra Bravo. Charlie X-ray ready to copy.
Pilatus Lima Victor. Quebec Mike Uniform is cleared to Sierra Bravo Charlie X-ray Airport as filed. Expect runway 36, maintain FL 290. Departure frequency is 124. 5 squawk 0056.
read back there. 0056
Clear to Sierra Bravo, Charlie X-ray.
And you really have to have some knowledge about this airplane before you really do these missions. So 0056,
Departure frequency is
enter. Not everybody's going to know all the systems. I had to look this up. I thought it would just be... Okay, we'll request taxi right
Punin
now.
Ground, Pilatus Lima Victor. Quebec Mike uniform ready to taxi IFR.
And
Pilatus
this
Lima
is
Victor.
another problem
Quebec uniform taxi.
I have with the
Taxi to and
Pilatus.
hold short runway tree 6 via taxiway Pilatus Quebec Mike uniform.
How it taxis with no added power. And there's a way to slow down the prop down here that I've already clicked on. Like, sure, there's realism, but for a lot of people, like, I don't use, for braking, I use a button. So it's either full brakes or no brakes, so it's not like I can drag the brakes. And I'm pretty sure most of the people playing this game aren't really playing with rudder pedals, so they don't have that analog braking system.
V1 rotated.
So as far as the Pilatus goes, it is a nice flying plane. Another thing is they're making you do these like crazy turns here. Notice a lot of these turns you can't make unless you're like
The
pulling
latest
some major
Quebec Mike
brakes.
uniform contact is Ziza Center on 124. Fife, good day.
124. 5 Pilatus Quebec Mike uniform. Isiza Center Pilatus Lima Victor. Quebec Mike uniform is passing 1,300 feet climbing F290.
We're on the auto throttle here. So I don't know if it's tracking on nav. Looks like it might be. We'll see if it tracks on that. Another thing too is you can't really skip until you're like at flight level 290, which, no offense to the Pilatus, takes quite a bit of time to get up there. Like another thing is you have these markers out here kind of telling you where to go, but they don't even line up with what your FMS is telling you or what the tablet's saying. Like, it just makes zero sense at all. I don't even know. Let's see, recenter. Yeah, so it lines up with that. The FMS is saying something different here. Looks like now we've captured whatever that is, so we'll let it fly to that. It's like it's giving you an IFR flight plan over here. Sorry, a VFR flight plan over here, well, it makes you fly IFR, which I find pretty annoying. The one thing I would like them to do a little bit better is respect the time of the people playing this game, because not everybody's going to be able to do full IFR flight in a Pilatus. That's going like literally the width of South America down here. That's a long flight. You're looking at like 5 or 6 hours, and you can't even come up here to do like sim rates. Maybe if you could do sim rates, that'd be great. But not everybody has time to just sit there and look at their screen. Don't know about fuel, whatever. Not even looking at any of that stuff. It is quite annoying. I didn't tell you to say a goddamn thing. Yeah, so we're gonna keep climbing. Once we get up to 29, flight level 290, I'll come back and show you another really big problem. Alright guys, so we've reached the flight level 290. Took us forever to get up here because the plane, no offense to Platus, it does climb pretty slow. Like we're only doing a ground speed of 230 knots, which the airspeed is pretty bad, and I don't know why the airspeed's that would be why. That's pretty pathetic, so we're just gonna come over here, go to manual, and crank that shit up. So here comes the next problem. So we're gonna come over here, we're gonna hit Alt and skip to the descent. And a big problem is, once you finally load in, I understand it takes time to load in. So we'll start descending. We'll go over here. Oh, shut up. As you can see, hasn't fully loaded in a flight plan here. Activate vectors, I guess. So for now, we are just going to put this in heading mode. Oh, never mind. Forgot. Used to the Airbus. Now we'll put it in heading mode. We'll do flight level change. Auto throttle is still on. Now we'll start descending. Contact tower. Once it's on 1.5, it's not even there, so yeah, good luck. Good luck flying that arrival. So it's basically going to turn into a VFR flight by the time we get down there. Alright guys, so I'm back. Here's another problem. So that's obviously the inbound course that they want you to fly. I had to put this stuff manually in. I used Navigraphs. It kind of makes me angry because not everybody's going to have Navigraphs. So roughly around SMU, I want to be at 4,100 feet. So I'm actually going to plan to descend from that, from Charlie X-ray 004. Once again, how are you supposed to know how to fly that when there's literally no there's literally no approach in the system here. It's something that they need to fix. More problems I've been having is they're not really telling you, like, when you get into the plane for the first time, they're not telling you, like, what the approach speeds are, flap retraction speeds. So a lot of people are going to hit those warnings and lose out. Still looks like coming in for a decent landing here. Actually, we're quite a bit high, so we'll just pitch down. Enough speed to bleed off to pitch down. Okay, that should be good here. Keep her nice and center. And we'll cut the throttles and flare. Oh, flared too early. That's my fault. Reverser's out. Supposed to slow down the props a bit. I assume that's the whole shoreline, so we'll just go past that. Stop the aircraft.
Home sweet home.
And apparently this is where we're parking. Cool. So, like, a lot of this stuff isn't working properly. It's been quite a while, and it's really starting to anger me a little bit. So, I've been ignition off, and we can turn run off. And we'll wait for the shutdown sequence. 34, so I've been playing a little bit. Certifications, I can... I'm not close enough yet, obviously. Kind of annoying. We're going to come back out to some more problems here in free flight. What happened is with the Asoba Boeing Max 737, I have not been very happy with this plane. Noticed a lot of issues with it. So, for example, let's find an airport down here randomly in Budapest. Find a decent airport with actual gates. What else we got over here in Budapest? Airfield will definitely not have that. Maybe not Budapest. Let's see what else we have over here in Europe. Sure, let's go. Everybody knows Charles de Gaulle Airport, so we'll come over here to Charles de Gaulle Airport. Yeah, this is a big airport. I live in Canada. We don't get big airports like this. The only thing we really have is Pearson. So we'll set that random departure here. We'll start the flight. Alrighty guys, so now we're down here in Paris, close to Paris. It is a big airport, but to be honest, I don't have much turned on graphic wise, and the performance is absolutely terrible. Like, you saw a lot of the clipping there. See some issues over there. It gets pretty choppy. Like, that's not a good frame rate whatsoever. And I'm not using like a low power computer. You think with a 4060 you get some decent performance on 1080p with like a lot of settings turned down. Like, I understand I'm not gonna get super good quality, but the way it's been, like, this has actually been pretty good. Like, look at that stuttering. And it gets even worse when you want to turn on. So I do have TAA on right now, but if you want to go with like the DLSS 3, let's go. We'll set it to auto. We don't need VSync. Frame gen is on. We're gonna get some good frames now here, but like, look at you get some really nasty artifacting here. Like, it doesn't look good at all. Wrong button. Like, look at this. This is with DLSS on. This is absolutely brutal. And I'm running 1080p, pretty low settings with a 4060. Like, it's just a shame. So, like, here's some good examples. Let's get some stuff fired. Oh, can't even scroll up to the top here. Oh. So it's doing that. Settings, sometimes you have to, like, reset that. There we go. Still not good. You're still gonna get a lot of artifacting. It looks very fuzzy, like you're looking down at the screens. I made sure I had the screens on max. That's pretty much the only thing. So we'll get a flight set up here. I guess you have to sign in every time, which is a pain because I've signed in multiple times. You guys will get that fixed. Okay, so there we go. We'll start getting things set up here. Do we have ground power? No, we don't have ground power, annoyingly. It's another problem, so we go, not settings, flight planner, like you can't, there's nowhere where you can just plug in the ground power, which is a huge pain in the ass. So we're just gonna get it started off the GPU, or the APU. And again, like, the frame rate is abysmal. I'm on 1080p. There is no optimization in this game. It is absolutely terrible. So we're waiting for that. I'll skip past most of this, get the plane ready. And actually, while we're down here, another problem I have. So let's get panel light turned up over here. You can't even use, you can't really use this plane on VATSIM. You can't change your squawk code, which is pretty annoying. At least you can change your radio frequency. I would also like to see them implement a way that you could import straight from SimBrief right into the FMC. The way that Asoba was talking about this plane, I thought it would be a little bit more polished, like not quite PMDG or iFly, but you know, a little bit closer to them. Well, here's another good example is how bad the artifact, like the screen here, how bad it gets with the DLSS on, and that's the only way you're getting like decent frames with frame, like you have to use frame gen unless you have a beefy computer, which I don't, not everybody does. And some more examples here is just watching all this load. It honestly loads like it's a an LCD screen in -20-degree weather, and that's just absolutely terrible. It's more, it's really like you go over to this. Our cruising today is 240. It's so bad, like the artifacting. I'm not asking much from this game. I have it on pretty low quality settings, and I have to use DLSS or frame generation. And if you want to see it get really bad, I have no idea why. Like, here's AMD, like sharpening. We're gonna max the sharpening here. Look at that. It looks like it's from an Xbox 360. That's absolutely terrible. Like, why would you put that in your game? It looks disgusting. So far, best I've had is that. Come back to 100. Never mind, I guess we're back to this trash quality. So we'll go back to settings. Put DLSS back on. And it's just absolutely terrible. Like, this feels like a very unfinished game that people spent a lot of money on that they should not have released. Come back to here. Turn off frame gen. Like, this is almost unusable. And look at this. Like, the game is now crapping itself. It's absolutely disgusting how bad the game breaking bugs are. Like, I'm not going to be able to complete this flight. Some more problems I have is, like, with the EFB, you'd hope that there's, like, some way, flight planner, that you can, you know, have some tools to, like, push back and all that stuff. Oh, this is just absolutely embarrassing. Like, all I did was just change around the frame gen. And I'll show you, like, come over here to custom. Terrain level of detail, or off-screen terrain, that's high. Most of the stuff here is at medium. Or low. Like, light shafts, we'll put that back to low. I guess I had a little bit of ray tracing on. Like, I wanted this to, like, this needs to be high character quality. I don't care about that. I don't know why that's high. Air traffic is low. Everything is just low. And this is how the game performs. Absolutely terrible. And you come look outside, take a look at... well, if you can look outside. Like, the game just breaks itself so easily. But many times I've had to redo flights because I've had issues like this, so... another issue I've been having, so we'll go to main menu here. Like, that's just absolutely terrible. A lot of the time after I'm done a flight, the game will lock itself, or it'll freeze itself, and then I'm basically forced to Control-Alt-Delete, and then, like, end task on this game. It's absolutely brutal. That's what I really think about this game. It needs a lot of work. They've talked a lot about it, like the 737 MAX. They talked it up so much. I thought it was going to be a great plane. The thing's terrible. It has some autopilot issues where it likes to, on the VNAV, it'll go up and down as you're ascending. Like, I think it's an issue with the trim where the trim keeps going up and down, forcing the plane to pitch up, pitch down. Basically like a giant wave. Yeah, so that's about it, guys. If you stayed till the end of this rant, thank you very much for watching. Have yourself a good one. See ya.